G'day and welcome back to another Dbz Dokkan battle video. In this video we're taking a look at the ultimate red zone versus Lord Slug and how we can beat it with no items. Now this is a interesting 3-phase ultimate red zone. It starts out with 3 of Lord Slug's minions, then pushes into Lord Slug and then Lord Slug in his giant form. We're using a Namekian's theme team because I just kind of felt like it. It's a Battle of Wits team essentially, but we do have a surprise Android 17 involved, which is pretty cool. So we have the double Tech Piccolo lead. Obviously Tech Piccolo, 20% damage reduction, his guard for the first 3 turns, his big defense that he gains upon being hit multiple times, his heal below 30%, his giant form, just everything about him that really works out super duper nicely. Plus he has the ability to stun, which actually really comes in handy in this first phase. Alongside him on either side in the first rotation we're going to have the Strength Movie Piccolo, obviously a unit that has higher damage reduction dependent on the amount of Movie Heroes category characters within the turn, but also with guarding all attacks, a seal, and the ability to raise his defense on super. We then also have the Physical Piccolo, who is a really nice pairing partner as well in the second slot. Physical Piccolo, obviously ability to fire off multiple supers before transformation, high critical hit chance in his transform state, healing, ability to see super attacks, and also raising that defense permanently as well. We want him to get a couple stacks before we transform him. Ideally he can get 1 or 2 turns off and then look really good, so really exciting from that perspective. Then of course we have a couple Piccolos just kind of running around. We have the Strength Cooler Movie Piccolo with his AoE attacks, guaranteed crit on his AoE attack, the first one, alongside as well just his general really strong performance and after super defense. So he's going to be looking really good, and he's a very interesting option for us. And then finally of course we also have the free-to-play Super Strike Piccolo, who's just going to basically act as a pseudo support and really just kind of beef up the rest of our team quite nicely. So that Piccolo is going to look really cool. He's going to function pretty well together with everything, and he's going to be a really fun option to kind of run. And yeah, in general I would say everything's pretty straightforward. Honestly speaking, this team sets up itself. Like I said, you have the Tech Piccolos, 1 on each rotation, Strength Movie Piccolo with the 1, Physical Piccolo with the other. You then have a Strength Cooler Movie Piccolo floating around, well, Cooler's Revenge Movie Piccolo floating around. You then also have the Tech Super Strike Piccolo floating around, and finally we have the Physical Android 17 floating around. Android 17 is pretty good, obviously raising his attack and defense with each super performed and being hit, as well as also of course debuffing the opposition. He seals them as well, and he has damage reduction below a certain health threshold, but he also provides key and defense to the rest of our rotation, which ultimately at the end of the day is pretty good and helps us out with synergy, team performance, and just in general keeping us at a very good level. The Piccolo units do a lot of the heavy lifting. We won't be using Piccolo's giant form, although you can, to help you secure some extra damage. I just didn't really feel like it was necessary. And we will be using the transformation for the Physical Piccolo because, yeah, he generally speaking manages to get some stacks here, and so just ends up being pretty good relatively early on. Yeah, that's basically it. Honestly speaking, the team does a really nice job. Lord Slug's not the hardest in the world. He has a relatively easy beginning and not lots of health in his second form, which kind of leaves you just enough time to really build on things quite nicely. So I do think overall you kind of tend to have a pretty nice performance here without anything strictly major needing to occur. Of course, there is always that kind of conversation about what I guess like team build is best for this. This team is probably close to what I'd be saying is an optimal team for this kind of red zone, where just everything works out really nicely. You have enough kind of control to provide for the AoE or multiple units phase without necessarily having any major issues. in terms of damage or defensive performance for the second phase. So yeah, I would say overall pretty good stuff. I do really like how everything came together, and honestly speaking, everything was pretty fine. So that's basically going to be it for me. Honestly, if you do need any further help with red zones, or you just want to tell me your team build, of course you can let me know. I'll gladly assist. But yeah, for now, basically just pretty straightforward time and pretty simple kind of run, at least from this perspective. Just trying to wrap up a couple no item runs, of course, just to make sure that I've got everything kind of down before probably the next tier of difficulty comes with the 9th anniversary. You know, have all the super hard content done with no items, just because why not? But yeah, that is basically gonna be it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and yeah, we're gonna see Piccolo peace out on Lord Slug, as it should be. But pretty good stuff overall, I would say, and team honestly was quite a lot of fun to run. It's nice that we have a team of Piccolos that are at a decent level. I think it definitely is good for the game. Piccolo is just one of those really cool characters, and yeah, I'm really glad that he has a really nice team to kind of run, you know, and just be good with. But yeah, that is basically gonna be it for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you next time. Bye.